Have you ever noticed how your mind just won't stop? Thoughts spiral, one feeding the next, as if thinking itself could somehow fix what you feel. You analyze, anticipate, prepare, yet the more you think, the less alive you feel. Nietzsche warned us about this over a century ago. He didn't have social media, dopamine loops, or endless information, but he understood the modern human better than most psychologists today. He saw what happens when thinking becomes an escape, when intellect replaces instinct, and life turns into something we analyze instead of something we live. This is the trap of endless thinking, and Nietzsche's warning may be the key to escaping it. Nietzsche once wrote, "There is more wisdom in your body than in your deepest philosophy." He believed that modern humans had become too head-heavy, so consumed by intellect that we'd lost touch with instinct, emotion, and raw vitality. For Nietzsche, thinking wasn't the highest function of man. It was a tool, and a dangerous one when misused. Today, we glorify thought, self-analysis, productivity, optimization, control. We call it intelligence. But much of it is fear. Fear of feeling, fear of chaos, fear of life itself. Overthinking is the modern neurosis. It's a constant attempt to manage reality by dissecting it. But life, Nietzsche said, is not meant to be dissected. It's meant to be affirmed. Every moment you hesitate, analyze, and hold back, you disconnect from that living force inside you. You become a spectator of your own life. Nietzsche saw this happening even in his time, the humans hiding behind logic, culture, and morality. Too afraid to act, to feel, to exist in full contradiction. He called it the last man, the comfortable thinker who has forgotten how to live dangerously. At the heart of Nietzsche's psychology lies the will to power. But it's not about domination. It's about the inner drive to expand, to create, to express life's energy fully. Everything alive, Nietzsche believed, seeks to grow beyond itself. It's not thinking that drives this, it's will. Thought comes later, often as justification or defense. When your thinking is guided by fear, it becomes a cage. When it's guided by will, it becomes creation. Ask yourself, are your thoughts giving you energy or draining it? Do you think in order to act? Or do you think in order to avoid action? That's the true psychological question Nietzsche would ask you. Modern psychology calls this rumination, the endless turning of thoughts that never lead to movement. It masquerades as intelligence, but it's avoidance. Nietzsche would call it a lack of life-affirming will. He'd say, you have become too clever for your own instincts. The cure is not to think less, but to feel more, to reignite that primal energy, the force that makes you move instead of merely analyze. One of Nietzsche's most haunting ideas was the eternal return, the thought experiment that asks, what if you had to live this exact life over and over for eternity? Every thought, every hesitation, every wasted hour, again and again. Would you rejoice or despair? It's not a metaphysical theory. It's a psychological mirror. It forces you to face how much of your life you've been postponing through thought. The more you overthink, the more you live as if life were a rehearsal. But the eternal return says, this is the performance. There's no other one coming. When you feel the weight of that realization, the mind quiets. Action suddenly becomes sacred, because you realize this moment will echo forever. Nietzsche's cure to overthinking wasn't control, it was acceptance. Radical acceptance. He called it Amor Fati, the love of one's fate. To love your fate means to stop resisting what is, to stop running from uncertainty, chaos, and pain. It means to say yes, even to what you don't understand. Amor Fati is not resignation. It's an act of courage, to embrace life's chaos as your teacher, not your enemy. Overthinkers want guarantees. Nietzsche's wisdom says, throw yourself into life without them. To love your fate is to realize that the meaning of life is not hidden behind your thoughts. It's revealed through your participation, your willingness to live without a script. Imagine what would happen if for one day you stopped explaining life to yourself and simply lived it. If you replaced analysis with attention, judgment with curiosity, fear with presence. That is what Nietzsche meant by becoming who you are. It's not about knowing more. It's about remembering your original force, the child who played before understanding, the creator who acted before permission, the thinker who felt before analyzing. Overthinking is the mind's rebellion against the body's wisdom. But once the two unite, instinct and intellect, you stop existing in fragments. You become whole. You become alive again. Nietzsche once said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." When your life has meaning, not imagined, but embodied, the mind falls silent. It doesn't need to control because it finally trusts life. So ask yourself, are you thinking to live or living to think? Because one path leads deeper into the prison of the mind, and the other to freedom.